What's going on, all you beautiful guardians of Sly Nation? Your man Sly here with a different kind of video. Instead of what's trending in Destiny or what's coming up next, I've decided to put a few days' work into one video and answer some questions that I've been asked over the weeks. I've been talking to a lot of you through emails, comments, and a couple through Xbox Live when I can, and one thing that is pretty much universal in each conversation is everyone's willingness to be better. Improve somehow in some way, and while that is very much so a human characteristic, it's an admirable goal for any activity you give your full attention. The biggest area of improvement that most people are striving for is in PvP, more specifically, sniping. It's no lie and definitely no secret I am far from a Crucible great, but I can hold my own, and when it comes to coordinated 3v3 like trials, the casual side of my PvP playing shines through. I usually lead by example, but unfortunately I struggle in the Crucible just like everyone else at times. But I not only know how games work, but the inner workings of aim assist, aiming, sniping, no-scoping, drag-scoping, etc. Like they say, those that can, do, those that can't, teach, and I'm stuck right in the middle of that sentence. And while I'm no pushover, I don't have thousands lining up to see me snipe. Nevertheless, this may apply to sniping right now, but 85% of the tips I'm about to go over will not only improve your Crucible game, but your KD with all weapons. So guys, let's chillax, have a seat, get your viewing panties on, because what I'm about to go over is going to be as thorough as possible to make sure everyone who sees this can rapidly improve their game. I'm about to go over sniping in this order. Due to the crazy size of this video, I'm going to break it up into two parts. Part 1 will be choosing a rifle and area awareness. Part 2 will get into the juiciness of sniping with your stance, target acquisition, lining up the shot by means of quick scoping and drag scoping. Alright, so let's just swan dive right in, shall we? First up, choosing your gun, an important step that most overlook. First off, choose a gun that fits your style and be honest with yourself. Don't choose a weapon just because you see your favorite streamer wreck with it. Don't choose it by looks alone, and take your time choosing the right one. For instance, I used Predator's Revenge all through vanilla Destiny, and then it was LDR all the way, and now it's 1,000-yard stare and a few others. Once you choose your sniper, stick with that one as much as possible. It's perfectly fine to have two of the same gun, but both spec'd out different for different game types. I have one Omolon for PvP and another Omolon for PvE, and my 1,000-yard stare wrecks pretty much in any gameplay. Things to look for when choosing a rifle is partly knowing how you play. Are you a rusher? Do you hang back? Are you fast-paced or patient? Can you easily adjust after a miss? Will you even use Firefly to your advantage in PvP? Or will you just have it because it's a cool perk to have and waste a perfectly good slot? Knowing yourself and how you play is crucial to choosing a weapon. For me, I love all stability, no range, something that hits heavy at the cost of rate of fire. Others love throwing down as many bullets downrange as they can, some like a good mix of both. Like I said before, this video is mostly about sniping, and everything I talk about will be with that in mind. But 95% of these tips will help you in all first-person shooters regardless of when they debuted. If you're a beginner sniper, I recommend something like the 1,000-yard stare that I have. If you see mine right here, it hits hard, completely maxed out stability so I can recover quickly when I miss. But I was lucky to get these perks, and you don't need this much stability. Anything that's 3/4 of the way full in stability or above that is perfectly fine. Another one I recommend is the Izumi from Omolon. It's a newer Predator's Revenge style sniper, but it's smooth, it has great sights, stable, and shoots fast. So check those two out, but any sniper that you're comfortable with will work. Perks I recommend for starting out are anything that jacks up your stability. Hand-laid stock is great, perfect balance great, counterbalance, unflinching, all of these work fine, and get a low zoom scope for PvP. There are some great ones out there, and even more so here in Year 2. Ambush and short gaze are my favorites, but all these here you see on screen will work. My favorite in Year 2, however, is the ViewTac SLH-20. It's currently on screen, check it out, and here's a great one from Hake, although I'd recommend staying away from Hake snipers until you get all the tips I'm about to show you down pat. Once you hone these skills, a Hake sniper has a couple of benefits over the others, but not by much. The reason you need to use and stick to just a select few snipers is because it will give you a frame of reference about your centering that you need to learn, something I'll go over here in a few. But now that you've chosen your best sniper rifle and hopefully one with great perks, let's talk about area awareness. Alright, so area awareness. A simple title, a simple thing to do, but always rushed. In area awareness, most of this comes from simple trial and error. Run around the map, know every corner, every circle, every ledge. Where does heavy spawn? Special. Where are the long sight lines and sniper ledges? Where are the corner campers going to set up? Answering simple questions like this go a long way, but your best friend in area awareness is your radar. This might seem like a no-brainer, but believe it or not, most of the guys in my clan didn't even know the inner workings of the radar. And when I found that out, I had to come back and re-edit this. So let's check it out. Everyone knows red equals bad. So you know that here, as you can see on screen, within rifle range, an enemy is within sight in the direction of the red line. Next, solid outer ring means an enemy is within medium distance. Anywhere from just out of effective shotgun range to close sniper range. Everything is open for use and is designed to work well here. Now there is a way to tell if an enemy is at the back end of the section or closer to you, but unfortunately this wasn't designed very well and it's hard to tell apart. As you can see in the picture, the radar to the left isn't as brightly lit as the radar to the right. Now looking at the left radar, this means that out of the medium range the enemy is within, it's more towards the medium far distance, like in the back, and the radar to your right is more within the medium close distance, more towards you. Like I said, this wasn't made very well and at times it's hard to tell apart. Alright, so here is where it gets interesting. A red circle all around you that blinks means within melee shotgun range. This is where having high sensitivity can make or break you. Sensitivity in Destiny is not only how fast you can move your view of the world, but in turn also determines the time it takes to look behind you. With a solid red ring, all the information you get is that someone is somewhere very close to you. Someone is somewhere very close to you. But it doesn't give you a direction. Be aware of your area. If you know that just a second ago the bottom left slice of radar was lit up and now it's all around you, chances are he's closing in from behind left. Paying attention to your radar is key to understanding your enemies. Now about it getting tricky. So if you see a red center with a pinkish or faded edge, this indicates elevation. Also please take note that faded items will appear different on different screens and display settings. Some can't see the faded edge at all, and some just show a hollow circle. But those with high brightness will see a faded red almost pinkish. Just remember anything faded or faded looking indicates elevation. So here's an enemy on the same level as you within melee / shotgun range. And here's an enemy within the same proximity to you, although above or below you. Here is a look at medium range dead ahead and dead ahead above or below. With what you know, see if you can figure out what this next means. It's hard to see here, but this is all within melee range distance and all within the center radar circle. The outer edge is blinking and we have a faded circle all at the same time. Do you know what this means? Pop quiz, hotshot. I know it's not the greatest example ever, but all this deals with the innermost circle within the radar. You have a blinking outer edge and a faded inner circle simultaneously. So where is everyone? Answer is, enemy is close by you on both planes. One is very close by you, like on the same elevation, basically kicking your ass right next to you, and another is within the same distance as your first enemy, however, it is either above or below you. The last thing about area awareness is know where your enemies concentrate. Now this comes through simple gameplay. You'll figure out starting spawn for each map and everything else, but maps utilize rush decision making by funneling players one way or another. Sit back one match and look where everyone goes and where the initial slaughter takes place. Let others help you with area awareness by letting them die first so the enemy can reveal their positions to you. Now you would be surprised the easy kills you can earn by simply taking your time and hanging back the first couple of minutes. Everybody wants to rush in and get the first 10 kill streak, but rarely does it happen off the bat, and most of them are trade-offs. But if you hang back, take advantage of finding out where everyone is, what weapons they are using, etc. And when your teammates are rushing in for their third time trying to get their first kill of the game, keep finishing off their failed kills. One last tip about area awareness is utilizing maps like this one. Now this is a map from Trials of Osiris, and earlier you heard me say about maps are built to utilize rush decision making and also built to funnel players at certain points. You can see that here. Simply playing on that map you will notice those areas. But with the inability to create custom games or maps of your choice, you don't always have the ability to play on an unfamiliar map so you can get to know it. For instance, I've only played on Cathedral of Dusk twice, and even then it was back to back. But anyways, this map shows in red where players hang out the most and the route that they take. Routes can be seen by the white or light blue patches and trails. Dark blue is playable space but barely being occupied. White angular areas are formations inaccessible within the map. If nothing else, find a place that has a clear shot at those red areas and wait it out. Tools like these maps are great, so keep an eye out for the ones that you're not familiar with and save each one. Alright guys, this ends part 1. It is freaking 11 minutes long. I never intended this to draw out that long, but I guess there's more to go over than I initially thought. Either way, these are just the basics. Part 2 covers the more, I guess you could say, advanced parts of PvP play and sniping. Thanks for watching. If you have any additional tips, I would love to hear about them. Write them in the comments below, share the wealth, and I will see y'all in part 2.